Are we all still ready? We can press end the stream if we need to.
Just keep your finger ready on that.
I'm ready to finger the button.
Why don't you introduce the fucking podcast, Corey?
I'm letting everyone marinate in this. And I'm drinking.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Marinate in this.
Understood. I'm sorry.
All right. Like, goddamn, like it's so hard pretending to get along for an hour a week, Justin.
This guy does anything else other than fucking yap. Oh my god. Jesus.
Get too far, man. You made the same joke last week.
Oh, did I? My bad. Almost like it's not a joke
You said,
anymore.
"Isn't this a podcast, not the Corey yapping hour?" I think was the line. But
I like that better.
right. Well, you introduce the podcast then.
No, go ahead.
All right. Hello there, and
He
welcome.
doesn't know my name.
Ilkin, shut the.
I'm a guest. What?
Barely. You're a guest
barely.
who's been staying on the pull-out couch for the last 10 episodes.
I'm looking for places, okay?
All right. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to another edition of TapCaf Transmissions. I'm one of your hosts, Corey, joined by my effervescent Eckhartsladder co-host. And how are you doing tonight, Mr. Justin Eckhartsladder?
And how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good. Shut up. All right. Ilkin is also here for our continuation of the Legacy of the Force series. We are on book number 5, Sacrifice, which he read maybe 2 months ago and is now on Fate of the Jedi Vortex.
So being here is a big sacrifice for me. Just so you know.
Do you remember anything that happened in this book, Ilkin?
Yes, sacrifice happened.
Okay.
Who's sacrifice?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I talked about this a little bit. Messenger. Basically, I'm not going to say that I don't like this book, but it's one of those middle of the series Star Wars books when certain event has to happen and they kind of rush to it, in my opinion.
Do you think they rushed
Sure.
through Jason's sacrifice? I guess we'll get to a lot of that tonight, but yeah. So this is.
I think no one knows what the sacrifice is. Even
Carrie
by the end of the
Travis.
series, after reading the series 3 times, I still don't know what the sacrifice is actually. Like, what was sacrificed?
Ben's adoration.
Okay, it's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
it's extremely stupid.
Well, yeah. So the general plot of this book, we've been waiting for a while. Jason's been stewing, positively simmering over what his sacrifice is going to have to be to unlock his next level Sith Lord powers. And so this is the book of Ben's on his way back from his mission to Almania. Mara's hunting Lumiya. Jason is installing himself and Admiral Shah Niathal as the chiefs of state of the Galactic Alliance. There's another assassination that happens of a Corellian leader. So many things are happening in this book. And we end with Jason killing, spoiler alert, Mara Jade Skywalker, dead. Didn't even ask Timothy Zahn if he was doing all right. They just killed her right off. And then Jason dubs himself Darth Caedus. There's like a little footnote where Luke kills
also
Lumiya, too.
kills Lumiya.
A little footnote. Barely. There's like 10 pages left in the book, and Luke's like, I'm just going to go kill her. And then he kills her, and then we're done.
And he does. He just does kill her. Like, no problem.
Really just ties up that.
Luke's still the big dog at this point.
Maybe we should have done it before. Who knows?
Yeah, the whole, this could have all been avoided. Not Jason going to the dark side, but the plot of this book could have been avoided by Luke just killing her at Galadder in the last book. But, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or
back when he was like 20.
But before we get too deep into the
So
sacrifice
Justin,
talk,
you think that killing in your 20s is okay? Is that what you're saying?
killing someone in your
Killing someone in your 20s? Yeah, it could be okay.
If you're out by like 45, it's okay, right?
Yeah. Get it done early. Get your kills in, and could have saved this one. Wouldn't have had to do it.
Shot her down.
He almost shot her down, and well, he did shoot her down, and he just needed to finish her off.
there you go.
somebody actually did that. Shot someone down and then killed her off.
Yeah.
So Jason is better master than.
Well, I think Mara wanted to be shot down as well. Like she says. Because Mara's like, my favorite thing about this book is Mara meeting with Ben, and is like, the things I'm going to do, you're not going to recognize me. Just remember, I'm always your mother, doing what's best for you. Instantly dead. Almost instantly dead. She talks herself up so much. She's like, yep, I got to go back to being the Emperor's hand. I'm going to take all my weapons. He can't meet me on the... Instantly dead.
Well, I think the fight itself is very fun, and I think, like, for the most of it, she had the upper hand.
Yeah, she was doing well. It's just Jason fights dirty. And he gets her at the end with force projects an image of Ben into her face.
Yeah, she should have been prepared for that one.
Yeah. She almost had his ass, too.
Yeah.
She did.
She always all begs the question, what exactly was the powers Palpatine had and what he taught his hands, I guess.
Be wrinkly.
Yeah, it seems largely about
Force
like
lighting.
stealth and like killings.
Like, do you think Mara was able to do force lighting, for instance?
No, I don't think so.
Even
don't think
Vader
so.
can do it, right?
No. I don't think she
One
can.
of the
I know it talks a bit about which is the one with where Vader meets her. Which book is that? When they're it's one
Choices
of the
of One, or I think it's Choices of One.
Choice of One. Yeah, I think it goes
haven't
into
read
kind
that.
of their comparative power a bit in that one. How like she
And?
feels about him. Well,
much
he's
stronger,
more dangerous. Yeah.
even after like burning up.
Yeah, I think so.
So jumping back to the
so.
start of the book, I think we open with Ben in the meditation sphere, on his way back from the mission.
Use its name.
Ship.
The ship.
No,
The
not
ship.
the ship. In
Just ship.
ship.
But yeah, they're having a fun buddy comedy, but Ben eventually gets back, gives it to Jason. He's like, you know what you should do, Ship, is you should go with Lumiya, because this is not going to be trackable at all. Nothing will connect us all back together, and this seems like a bad idea. But Jason hasn't yet accepted that.
What is the thinking by Bennett? He knows that this ship is like at least works with dark thoughts
Yeah.
or something like that, and then he still uses it with Jason. Like, what is the thought process?
Well, he doesn't think Jason's
I
evil
don't
yet.
think he really realized. Yeah, not until he basically walks in on Jason having a phone call.
Yeah, in the list of unforced errors in the Star Wars galaxy, Jason teaching Ben to hide in the Force seems like it's got to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
That was like his one advantage, and he gave it away, and then everybody knew it. Basically.
Yeah, like he had to know as soon as Ben knows it. At least Mara, maybe not Luke, but Mara's going to know it, and when Mara knows it, she's going to teach Luke. And it's so simple, like it's strange that he never showed it to them in the 10 years that they were actually friends after the Yuzon Vong War.
He was just chilling. Yeah. Yeah, he was just chilling.
But yeah, so
he was journeying.
So Lumiya's whole thing is like, Ben, we got to get him out of here. He's not going to be your apprentice. The ship thinks, hey, where's this kid going? Maybe he could be an apprentice someday. He's not quite evil enough. Jason comes to think that the sacrifice he has to make is going to be Ben. He spends most of this book afraid it would be Alana, his daughter, thinking it's probably Ben, and he's not going to love it, but he's okay with that. And then realizing at the end that the kill he has to make is Mara, but what he sacrificed was this version of himself that existed in Ben's mind, the adoration that he loved, and the fact that he was taking this adoration from Luke.
It's so weak. It is so weak. Listen, like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like if you make a list of things that he can sacrifice, it's not even top 50.
It's sacrificing vanity, which is important when you're doing all of this for the right reasons, Ilkin.
But like, so okay, I'm not gonna kill someone to lose someone's adoration so I can coordinate my battlefields. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Point is that the way Lumiya presents it, it's like you have to sacrifice the biggest thing in your life, something that no one have ever sacrificed, And it's like, okay, Ben doesn't like me anymore. Okay? Like, very underwhelming for me.
Yeah, but it's symbolic of losing all of his family and slowly losing the connection to the things he thinks he's trying to save. But none of that stuff ends up really making sense. Like I'm not a big fan of this particular book, especially.
The thing is, like, despite the fact that he basically fulfills the prophecy Lumiya gives him, and this is a big version of the sacrifice, he still gets his safe powers from this.
Well, that's one of the things I don't like is that, like, oh, he has to do this and then he unlocks extra powers, which is, he doesn't just get the title. You don't, like, class into Sith Master and KOTOR, and that's how you become more powerful immediately. Like, that whole...
I just wonder what that says about the Force. Like, let's say you don't kill someone, but you save 1 billion people. Do you... you can now use some kind of light side force power.
Yes.
But okay. But it's not how anything works in Star Wars.
Have you never played KOTOR? You get the experience points, and then you unlock Force Lightning level 3.
Not only I played KOTOR, I also played the MMORPG, and I'm sure in the PvP I would beat your ass. So that's 100% correct. But like, point is that it's never nothing like that happens. In the
I can beat the fucking quick button clicker game. Come on, Ilkin. You can't threaten to beat someone in MMO. You got to at least get the Smash Bros. Or
it was 10 years
chess.
ago.
Justin, are you unaware of like MMO esports?
I am unaware of MMO.
There are
esports.
it's those button mashers.
You guys
have
are gonna.
esports.
You guys. If you continue on this path, you are gonna sacrifice my friendship. Okay.
So wait, is it like 1v1s or like?
I don't know exactly how it works, but like there's
into a raid.
You build your like you have your characters. You go and you do like the raids, and I don't know if you're like doing timed stuff or if you're doing PvP. I think it's mostly PvP. Like there is like PvP esports in MMOs, and yeah, it's button clickers. But like if you're the healer, you got the right buttons on the right hotkeys, and you got to mash those hotkeys fast enough. Get your cooldowns down, have your rotation settled. It's a thing.
I suppose it is.
And if once you do that, you're able to look at a map and say, what you don't realize is that these are Corvettes, and they're going to move slightly. And that's the Sith powers he unlocks.
It's like pumped up battle meditation.
So my point,
he does use it a lot.
My point is that we never get anything like that in Star Wars lore. In any Star Wars book. Like
you're probably right. I'm trying to think of.
You do X thing, and then you get this power. Like that never happened. Like again,
like maybe Corin. I'm trying to think of like iJedi, maybe, but yeah, you're probably right.
Like there is an underlying.
No matter how much Viagra Corin takes, he still can't use telekinesis.
There's an underlying premise that's like other stuff, where it's like, if you were able to. Once you're able to like kind of move past your earthly concerns, you're more in tune with the Force and you can do stuff. But that's not really what Jason's doing here. Like he's not really learning a new technique by killing Mary here. Like he hasn't moved past any of his concerns. Like the thing that does undermine it, which I think is like what we've been talking about in the chat, is that sure, we can label it as a sacrificing Ben's, like the version of himself that Ben holds in his mind, but like he really bypasses the whole sacrifice thing by the sacrifice not being the thing that he's afraid of actually sacrificing, something that he's actually not willing to sacrifice.
Obviously, we don't want to get into the next books, and like at some point we'll discuss them, hopefully. But as you said, the idea that he moved on from his earthly emotions is just not true. Like it continues, and like the way it's presented is that he never is 100% on the dark side.
I do think that's kind of the point, though. Like even with Anakin, he thought he was doing what he was doing for the right reasons. Like Anakin wanted to become a Sith Lord to sacrifice or to save Padme. I don't know why I said Padme.
He did.
But like he would have been willing to kill all those kids to do so, but he would not have been willing to kill her. And that's kind of like, the unhealthy attachment that the Jedi are always talking about kind of results in his fall. And I guess this is kind of my problem with Jason, though. I wish they had spent more time in the opening novels showing him kind of concerned about like his daughter and the state of the galaxy and how things are becoming so unhinged. Like that, I think would have helped a bit. But yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense by design in a way, almost. But I think because the way he's acting,
it's the whole through line with it is really stupid. Because like Lumiya and Jason, I don't know how much Lumiya. Like I want to believe that Lumiya doesn't believe the things she's saying, but the authors seem to be pushing in the direction of like anytime she's alone, she seems to believe the things she's saying about not wishing any ill on Luke. And like thinking it's best for the galaxy if the Sith are in charge. But like both of them the whole time are like, yeah, well, fuck all these backwater planet bully. Coruscant's the important part. And once we're in charge, all these pointless wars will stop. But like, that people are still going to oppose you. There's nothing you're doing that's different than what anyone else is doing. You're just a dick about it. There's always going to be people that are opposing you. And you're worse at this than Palpatine. You're trying the same things, but you are just objectively less skilled at it and have less of your power base installed. So how in the fuck do you think that what you're doing is going to cause less conflict? You're a moron, Jason.
If you do the math, the moment Palpatine came to power, the Force actually stopped for a moment. The moment Jason came to power, the Force only became worse and worse. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing. Like he's talking about, like, we need to end this war. Then he assassinates Dur-Gejjen as they're basically about to end the war.
And they're like really like self-righteous about it. Like, he can't negotiate without telling us. What are you talking about? He's the president. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like, it's like normal on the Earth, obviously, that the leader of the state has the unlimited power to negotiate any deals. Mm-hmm. And then the deal has to be ratified, etc., etc. I think what's his face? Kyle Omas is trying to do exactly that: negotiate in secret and then bring it up to the Senate or something. But obviously, I don't know if
the sticking point was that he agreed to have, like, he was talking about not just conditions to end the war, but specifically allowing or
getting rid of Jason,
participating in the assassination of Chun Ayathal and Jason to accomplish that. But
not assassination. I think it's either firing or
no. They like Womaz brings up the possibility of like a less extreme version of it, but Gejjen insists that like the only way that it's actually going to work is if they're dead.
Okay.
Like more surreptitiously than that, but it's clearly what they're doing.
Yeah.
But the thing that bothers me with it, like, part of it is supposed to be, Jason's just kind of gone in for like, he's becoming vain about it. He's looking at the power for its own sake. He's moved beyond, like, he's fooled himself into thinking it's for the right reasons, but he's just power hungry now. But we never really see him descend into this. He's kind of like schizophrenically going between his one version at the start to this, and then there's like nothing in between, and it kind of varies based on who's writing it. And like the thing that I said I liked in Betrayal was that when Jason first starts making these choices, like when he kills Nalani, it's because he's intrigued by what Lumiya is saying, but he still does his usual Jason Force thing of like going too far into these esoteric powers and seeing what the future holds, and like sees that there's no future in which one of the four of them doesn't die leaving the room. And if it's Lumiya, he's still afraid of what that means he's losing, which I think is an understandable choice for him to make in the moment. But from then on, he's just cut himself off from the Force entirely. He doesn't slide into doing that. He's always hiding. He never does anything Forcey again. He's just like trying to mind game through gaining power for its own sake. It's not like this slippery slope he's on, he just jumps off a cliff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think that's where like they needed to put more legwork in early on in the series.
But we need, you can't do the legwork when you've got to have a side story about Mandalore rearming.
Yeah,
fun thing regarding the Jason coming to power. That I think you made a point in the previous podcast. I can't believe it happens in the book number 5.
Yeah.
Like every time I read the series, I feel like it should happen by book 3 or something like that. Like some events are really slow to happen.
Well, the war feels like it's not even really a war yet.
Yeah, it will start in earnest like by book 7, right? Something
Yeah, like Inferno, I think, is where it's really once the Jedi Coalition's in. But...
right now. Yeah, feels more like they're just skirmishing now.
Yes, let's go back to Mandalorian. It's my favorite topic.
Yeah,
well, it's just so weird because like that's just the thing where they got no patience for it. The Mandalorians just find one vein of Beskar, and they become like a galactic shipbuilding powerhouse overnight, basically.
Well, they
and
make
I don't
the
think it
the
really
Verpine,
goes
so...
anywhere.
Because they have one factory that builds tractors, so now they can build spaceships. That's how it works.
Well, Mandal Motors had some facilities that could still build fighters, but they weren't Beskar fighters. It was mostly like, I don't know, Star Vipers for export. But yeah, now they have the Beskar, which I guess because Beskar is the super metal that can kill anything all the time and doesn't afraid of anything, once they have like 6 starfighters that are galactic power again. But yeah,
Trevisian, Karen Trevisian, or the other name of the metal.
A regional power, at least. They're going to be there. It's enough to scare other people, but
basically they're bullying the Verpine a little bit, which hell yeah.
Like
I do like when Shaw Niathal is offended by I forget who it is that calls them bugs. She's like, "Come on, they're not
just
me
fish.
They're smart bugs. They're very smart bugs."
Yeah, I mean, the Mandalorian stuff on its own is fine. Like, I enjoy those scenes for what they are. It's just everything that everyone else does in the book is so stupid. Like, what Mara does is okay most of the time, I guess, but like Ben is all right. I think Ben has the best plot line in the book. But Jason's an idiot. Luke's an idiot. Mara's an idiot half the time. Jaina is like...
Mara's an idiot, but like in a compelling way, I think, where she's completely fucked up.
Yeah, but like Karen Travis seems to hate Jaina Solo, where Jaina's in the book for like 2 pages, and it's just getting insulted by Mara for being too concerned with the boys, even though her plotline in the other books is like she's given up on, like she's doing everything she can to not focus on like Zek romantically pursuing her and Jag hating her. Like she wants Jag to not hate her, and she's not sure what that means, but it's not like she's just ditched everything for this like 12-year-old middle school boy drama. Like she's supposed to be hunting for Alema, but she does nothing. Like she just kind of sits out the books that aren't Troy or Alston, and it's I don't know. She should be more involved. Tenel Khan and Alana should be more involved.
This is the first book where Han and Leia are in this almost not at all as well, I noticed. Which I was fine with. I was ready for a break from them. I agree. The Luke is the one character who I find kind of most frustrated by. So after Luke discovers Mara's been killed, I actually really like that scene where the family comes together afterwards. I thought that was nice. He basically goes and kills Lumiya like right away. And then afterwards, Ben's like, yeah, she didn't do it. But like, Luke needs to have the introspection that he's like acting very darkly because he just goes and murders someone. Like, even if she had done it, like, that's not really the Jedi way. Now, if he did it and had the internal kind of conflict, I think that would be fine. And he's obviously going to have a little bit about getting the wrong person, but it kind of misses the, initial issue. Ben, I find, is in an interesting position where like he can't really trust his, like he finds his dad just really obnoxious. Honestly, is part of it. Like he doesn't. He's also in this weird thing where he's been totally sucked in by the. This is one of the parts I like as well, where he's been sucked in by the like camaraderie of his fucking Nazi secret or his SS secret police officers. And some of them are well-meaning, like Captain Shivu generally is well-meaning, and the others are well-meaning as well, some of them, but like he's still doing really fucked up stuff, and he feels like that's what he should be doing.
The box shows that people coming from different branches of the government are acting differently, I guess. Shivu is a cop, so he's acting a bit more honorably in comparison to people who came like from the CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it should have been an issue for more people that like there's apparently a big section of society that as soon as Jason started doing this, they felt comfortable like pulling out their big box of SS memorabilia. Like Lekoff is just
my grandfather was loyal to your grandfather.
Granddad said when he sucked Vader off in a broom closet, it was always the best. This is not.
And he repeats it every time. Like, there's like 10 different mentions of his grandfather serving Vader.
Like, more people should be more put off by this. This is not how. This is not how society should run.
People what should be put out of? The idea that Jedi brought a guy to power and now the guy is being cooked. Like, and the Jedi are like,
yeah.
Okay.
So Jason figures out he can ask his legal advice robot how the law works. And he's like, actually, you can just change this however you want if you do this amendment. And no other legal bots thought of this before. Senators don't notice it. One of the laws that gets inserted is like the chief of state can be arrested, but no one's going to notice it could mean our chief of state too. And then you have the Jedi Council. The Jedi Council have been useless this entire time. And Kyle Katarn's like, they did a coup, but it's legal, so what are we going to do? It was only legal as of 6 hours ago through a law that guy put in place. This is bullshit. Get Jason's ass in here. Like, you guys are responsible for this.
Can I ask a question? What happened to Kyle Katarn? Like, I understand that someone needs to play a foil, but why is Kyle now a cop, basically? What's going on with that?
It's just
like it's not how he acts in the games. It's not how he acts in the previous books. Like, this is just very different way of portraying him, I guess.
I mean, he's kind of lucky to be there.
Weird
at all.
Because, like, they don't even need to they don't need to have that. That's just like trying to make it as close to prequels as they can. Like, it very clearly is meant to, parallel what Palpatine did, but like it's more interesting if it is, I think, fully illegal, or at least mostly illegal, and he's just doing it and like, who's going to stop me? Like, I think that's kind of a more interesting way to do it, personally.
And no one does anything, so
yet. But I mean, this is kind of, we talked about it a bit in the prior episodes, where like this is where trying to focus on the Luke and Mara of it all this early has kind of made it not as good for the supporting characters, where like Luke and Mara subplots end up feeling more frustrating, because like if you had them being involved more on the war front and focusing on that, and then like that, just have a reason for them to be looking the other direction, have Jason's struggle be more internal rather than he's like brutally murdering people left, right, and center all the time already, and like installing himself as chief of state, and then have more of a focus on Jaina as the one that's like more involved in Jason's story. And Ben's positioning here is fine, but like Jaina just gets so sidelined, and Luke just gets made to feel like he can't do anything and isn't doing anything. Like, what has Luke physically, like, what is he doing with his days? There's nothing.
Yeah, and he's in that weird spot where he's got there's so much about him, like what he should be doing based on, for much of the expanded universe, Luke's the guy, so.
Well, there's so many times in here where he's like,
Right.
everything's been stripped away. I'm the 19-year-old me again. Everything's black and white, and it's fine. And then he does it again, and that's when he kills Lumiya, and it doesn't go well for him.
Yeah.
But
And then he's depressed.
well, he's going to be depressed now. But
Like every book of the series has at least 2 or 3 times somebody confronts. I was going to say Justin. Somebody confronts Jason at least 2 or 3 times in every book, and in this one, Mara basically says that I know that you are working with Lumiya, and if you don't return to Jedi, I will kill you.
she could have left a better note, because you have to know going on that
Yeah.
mission that there's a chance you don't come back, and then no one has that information. I guess other than Ben, but
Yeah, I can't remember how Ben handles this because he should fully know everything at this point.
Yeah.
Because he's, he was there for the call. I'm guessing it's. I mean, the only thing I remember is like there's a funeral scene that's fun, where Jason and Luke have a little brouhaha from what I remember. But yeah,
yeah, like that is the one, like, Ben's storyline with this. Like, I can understand why he makes a lot of the decisions he does, and I think like it's overall done really well. But there is all like the amount of information he has versus what he gives to Mara and Luke. Just like I understand as a teenager he's trying to keep all these secrets, but there is a certain
he's
point where
in way too
it
deep.
just stretches the
Yeah.
limits of teenager believability. Even like he tells Mara here, but then both of them decide not to tell anyone else, and like some of the way that
Yeah.
they talk about Luke just makes him seem like an abusive asshole rather than just a guy with a strained relationship
Yeah.
with his son because of what's expected of them. It's like, no, I won't tell your dad.
Yeah.
There won't be any yelling. Like, is Luke just verbally abusing his son all the time?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that. Yeah. It really doesn't seem like that. Like all Luke really does is threaten to bring him back to Ossus, which like
Wow.
is what he should have
Yeah.
done. Like don't let I don't know, like if one of my sons or daughter was turned into if someone recruited her to the secret police, I would say no. And then I would not let her do that.
Just say no, Justin. That's
Yeah,
it.
I would say no. No, I don't think she's actually going to do the secret police today. Maybe when she's 18 or he's 18. That would be my response personally. Yeah.
Kids, though, what are you
Very
going to do?
abusive, Justin.
Yeah.
Very abusive.
Just me personally though.
Yeah, well, even the secret police are like, should this kid be with us?
Yeah.
And he's not
Oh.
even officially the Jedi apprentice of Jason, right? Is he officially?
No,
Not
apprentice?
officially, I don't think. Yeah.
Like, Luke does try to say, oh, you're
Whoops.
not doing this anymore, but Mara is the one who says, oh, it's good for him. So,
You would say that, Mara.
but yeah.
Famously well known for good decision making skills.
Does like political leaning or ideology come up much anywhere else? Because like this is one of the few times I can remember the term liberal being used, even where Niathal is like, "Oh, Jason
Yeah.
might think I care about people."
I missed the word liberal. Is it in the text?
Yeah,
Yeah, she says liberal.
Niathal is. I forget what the exact
Is
context
it,
is.
used, is it used as an ideology or just meaning somebody being?
It's more not. It's not like a liberal conservative ideology. It's more just
No, it
I guess
is
in a way. It is. It's more just like
so.
I forget what it's in reference
It's
to.
it's
like
when
one of
they're on the
things
bounty and she's got the Quarren captain with them, and there's like the history of Mon Cal's taking
Oh, yeah.
Quarren kids, and she's thinking, did we have the right to take their kids for some social engineering experiment for our benefit? She asked herself that question more often these days, and the answer always came up negative. Jason Solo would think she was a hopeless wet liberal.
Yeah. Okay, Don Cherry.
Don Cherry called the Mon Cal's wet liberals. These fish.
Far worse things.
you- He would. Oh,
You
man.
call some people fish and say they should go back to their own ponds, and suddenly you're fired from the CBC.
So, talking about Ben, Jason basically sends him 16-year-old. He sends him to kill a dude.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, is that like a test or is it like an attempt to turn him?
He
side?
thinks Ben's going to die in the attempt for some reason, despite setting up no situation in which that would be the realistic outcome. Because he thinks this is how he sacrifices Ben. He sends him to do something that he can't handle. Ben dies. He sacrificed Ben without getting any blood on his hands, and life moves on from there. He unlocks his map Fog of War reveal power, and he gets to move on.
I understand, Corey, that you think that only you can use those powers, but it's not how it is. Okay, not anymore.
Well,
Remains to be seen. I've only ever seen Corey do it.
yeah, you drop you press the Yoda's ability, and then he drops the battle meditation button, and that reveals the full map of Fog of War. Yoda can do it in base Forces of Corruption, so Yoda's a Sith master.
Very useful for calling in those airstrikes.
That's what you use it for.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
We do have the beginning of the reveal that him and Tanel Ka are both the parents of Alana. Something that even presented with the evidence, people take a while.
I meant to the audience at first.
I thought it's easy to understand in the book 3. Am I?
Yeah, it's clear. Doesn't she tell him straight up?
I think it's in book 3 in the text.
No, it's not revealed to us, to the rest of the galaxy.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We've known since Dark Nest.
I was very confused. Yes,
when
Dark Nest. Yeah,
Alana's born.
Because he's kept saying, "My daughter Alana." I was like, "Damn, am I really smart? I figured it all out myself."
But
when you say
most subtle Star Wars writing.
When you say reveal to the galaxy, who knows?
Well, Lumiya figures it out. Mara's given the information to figure it out. Like everyone, like the pieces are coming up for a bunch of people here, even though those two die.
But then both of those people die exactly. I still think that the sacrifice should have been Alana. Not the sacrifice, but at some point he should have attempted to kill her.
No,
maybe after he's fully evil.
He would.
I would have been okay with that. But now he wants to be evil for her, basically. Yeah. So it wouldn't make sense right now. He's got the Padme thing going on.
Oh, I wish somebody would be evil for me.
Me too.
So romantic.
I got no ride or die like that. Kelsey, no.
I mean, there was an interview that I was reading where Aaron Alston talked about the similarities to Episode 3 and like the fall of Anakin. Then the next answer from Karen Travis was like, "There's no similarities." So I'm not sure what her communication with the rest looked like there, but it's the secrecy again that gets all of them. Like if Jason had been able to tell the Jedi about his secret family, could there maybe have been more of this getting avoided? If everyone was just slightly more open with their information, Jason.
Like it's not like all Jedi Order, right? A bunch of Jedi are married and have
but Jason is specifically not able to tell everyone what's going on, and this
because of Tanel Ka on his end, not because of.
I think he could have told his immediate family.
They can keep a secret.
I don't think like Leia spill a secret. It's just not the type.
Han would get drunk and then tell everyone when he's playing Sabacc.
No, come on, like that never happens, right?
I mean, I don't think they tell anyone once they adopt, because, I mean,
well, all of these people like have like 40 years in different like clandestine political stuff. They're okay. Like you can tell.
Yeah.
And I
I
understand
agree.
that at this point he's suspicious of everyone, blah blah blah, etc.
But Ben can tell Luke that he saw Jason having a conversation with Lumiya. Like that could happen. Ben could also make the connection quicker that like, oh, Mara's dead and Jason's the next one who shows up. Like, did Mara give off some sort of force energy that Ben just couldn't detect? He'll have to put that one away to figure out later. Like, nah, man, he just killed your mom.
So, question: when after Mara is killed, Ben lands on the planet and he starts to reconstruct the crime scene, basically, which is I thought that it's a very neat subplot of the series in general. But then Jason comes and like he's at least a bit fucked up for the battle.
Yeah, he's been majorly fucked up. He got like stabbed with the lightsaber or
At this point,
vibroblade.
Ben knows, right? But he never tells that to Luke until like
He's
seven.
still slightly putting it together. But he does know that Luke was talking to Lumiya, or sorry, that Jason was talking to Lumiya. Like he told Mara that, but I think it takes him a little while longer to tell Luke that. Because like Luke,
Yeah.
I think still confronts Jason 2 more times without knowing that he killed Mara. Because there's the awkward funeral, and then I think he kicks his
There's one
ass
where he
on the
pushes
Anakin
him in the
Solo
chair.
and
Yeah.
is like, "Stay away from
Which
Ben."
they called an SSD in this book, by the way.
What?
They called, at least the audiobook I was listening to, they called the Anakin Solo an SSD.
Wow. Wrong.
They said bridge of SSD Anakin Solo. I'll see if I can find
Like
it in my text.
Super Star Destroyer.
Yeah. Maybe that was a mistake in the audio, but let me take a look.
I
see if
think
can
it
find
should be a mistake because in book 7 or 8 they basically say that
It's definitely an
Yeah,
Imperial
it's
Star
always been an
Destroyer.
ISD, but it's
Yeah,
just...
I mean
Yeah.
there are bigger Imperial Star Destroyers. That's my point.
Oh yeah.
So it's still a big one.
No, it's never been a big
think.
one. But we do have another Viscount in this one, so that's neat.
Oh
there's
yeah,
a
it's
what?
the
Bounty.
it's the bounty.
Yeah, the
right?
one that's fighting the Bothan little task force. You have our second Viscount.
Bothan is, and we got the new Bothan frigates as well.
But they're like Talon made. So I don't know if they're like Bothan designs that they subcontracted to Talon to produce, or if they're just Talon ships that the Bothans bought. It's very important information to have for developing them for the mod.
Yeah, that's what it says. It says Captain's Day Cabin SSD Anakin Solo. It says that.
They just mean super
Right
as like
after,
an adjective, not...
Yeah.
It's a super duper Star Destroyer.
Yeah. I do like how yeah, it's like the last page of the book. It's the last part of the book, right before he gives himself his name. I do like how he has a bath and orders food too before he fights Mara. I was like, yeah, that's relatable.
Getting Uber Eats.
He's just chilling.
Do you think Palpatine ever got Uber Eats?
I think he only got Uber Eats. He's like Rosh. Does nothing else.
So, do you guys think the prophecy was a prophecy, or is it just like some tassels Lumiya threw together to fuck with Luke's family?
That's a problem. That's a problem. Like, if it didn't get any new force powers, I would say that it was bullshit. But he gets new force
Well,
powers.
that's just becoming a Sith Lord.
Okay, but like, that's
That
a
could
point
just be
of
like his mental clarity, right?
the problem with a prophecy is that if it happens, you explain why it happened, and if it fails to happen, you say that okay, he didn't kill Alana. If he killed Alana, the prophecy would have been fulfilled. That's a problem with prophecy in general and prophecy in the fiction. It's never clear if it exists or people do like Greek tragedy thing when they basically every move that they make gets them closer to the situations that they don't want to be or want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think they ever talk about it after this, really.
He will make himself a pet.
So
No pet. Tahiri? I don't know. Alemma?
Well, yeah, that's I guess that's. I don't think Alema is ever 100% like
No.
under his.
Not really at
tutelage.
all.
Like a few times he can send her somewhere, but like you see that she has her own agenda.
Yeah. Her agenda is being part of Jaina's subplot.
Yeah. Romantic subplot, please.
Yeah. I just don't know if all the authors either knew which elements they wanted to be like the motivations for these characters, or if they were even all on the same page about it. Like, did they all have different ideas on what these elements should be? Because it feels like that sometimes, and it's not like Jason also goes out thinking like, oh, Ben is the one that's going to be a Sith Lord later still, even though like Lumiya was off that train, and he thinks of it as like, oh, he will immortalize his love, meaning that with Mara dead, Ben's vision of his mother is always going to be like that. Like his love for his mom is immortalized. That view will never change because she's gone now. And then is it about him? And then he will make a pet. Is that like ship? So the prophecy fits more with Ben, but he does like Ben never ruins those who deny justice, and he doesn't really sacrifice Mara. So it's questionable.
And it's all been translated 9 times as well. So like that's also the other thing where no one even knows if it's completely accurate or what. But
well, at least
it is what it is.
At least we do have more callbacks to Vergere. As much as I don't necessarily think all of this is in line with her plan, the thing at the start where Jason realized the art of building a man was to push him hard enough to toughen him without alienating him. That's a bit, that's a bit Vergere.
Yeah, he mentions that later too when he talks about, I mean, just kind of saying exactly what happened, where he learned that he could push beyond any sort of level of pain and find clarity and whatever. It is interesting how, unless I'm mistaken, now that Lumiya is dead. By the way, the audiobook that I was listening to just said Lumiya, which I didn't like. But now that she's dead, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, now that she's dead, we don't actually hear. It's interesting. As far as I'm aware, we don't have any scenes where she thinks about Vergere. We only hear her tell Jason about Vergere, which obviously we don't know whether that's objectively true or not. So I don't know if that was done on purpose to like leave it open that she's lying, because we get lots of perspective scenes from Lumiya. There's some interesting ones in this book where she cries over the fact that like she really loves Jason in a weird way. Like she's different than a lot of Sith, but I don't think there's any scene where she thinks about her time spent with Vergere.
Like, question: when did she get the chance to spend time with Vergere? When?
Was it
Never?
I can't remember.
Like, my point is that Vergere is basically Old Republic Knight, and then she ends up hostage of the Yuuzhan Vong, and then she has like a couple of weeks she spent with his New Republic people, I think on Mon Cala.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, when Lumiya, when do they meet? I just don't see them having any.
Well, when
contact,
Het is
like,
a Vong captive, he just Vergere is like, hey, if you ever meet someone who might be useful to me someday, pass her along this information, and then he does that for her.
Okay, that's like, again, either it's a plot hole or Lumiya is just lying about meeting Vergere at all. One of the two.
Yeah.
Do you guys can imagine any like point?
Yeah, I mean,
there's
not. She doesn't have a lot of time. Most of Vergere's free time is during the like Republic era when obviously Lumiya wasn't around. So
There were
Lumiya
there
is like
were
a-
periods when she was like given enough latitude to do what she wanted with the Vong, but I don't think she's like popping off to do missions
Is
and
she
talk.
getting in and out of the galaxy? I don't think so.
no, I don't think so. Maybe,
Is it
Maybe.
in the text anyway?
No,
I don't
in
remember. It's
during the
in
Yuzon Vong
text.
War, not when she's
Okay.
when they're
Oh,
traveling.
yeah.
But that's like okay.
It's like in the week between Ilan dying and going to Merkir. That's when she'd have to have her Sith
So-
parties.
Again, I'm not saying it's a plot hole. A better explanation is that Lumiya is lying about even meeting Vizier.
And I think that's a perfectly valid thing with Legacy of the Force. And it's only like the Book of the Sith or whatever that makes it more explicit. But even that, I think, is only like point of view stuff from Luke writing in the margins of it. So, like, I don't think there's anywhere until you get to the comics where, like, the thing that is most explicitly Vergere is a Sith is with her talking to Crate.
It's in
Oh,
Legacy
right.
comics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a what's the word? Recon.
It's definitely a retcon. Like, that was not what Stover was doing, even if, like, some of what Stover set up with her is actually kind of fucked up and dark. But that doesn't necessarily mean Sith, and it makes more sense to have, like, whatever her fucked up elements were be because of her time with the Yuzon Vong, and what she's doing to Jason isn't to make him into a Sith, but to make him understand, like, the Yuzon Vong are life, and, like, the sacrifices Jason has to make to kind of relate to them are unfortunate, but that's what's going
But
on.
that's basically a light side philosophy, right? They are people. They are part of the life. You have to preserve them.
Yeah,
Blah blah
like
blah.
that.
Like it's a light side idea.
That
right?
was entirely her thing, was that, like, the Jedi were considering going along with genocide. Like, Luke, even before stuff with, like, Alpha Red, Luke was thinking, like, do the Vong deserve to be alive because we can't seek them in the Force? And Vergere's thing was the limitation there isn't on the Force, it's on you. You need to expand your view of the Force, and also stop making Jedi dynasties. You're going to get us all killed. And she was right about that. But
Was she?
yeah, she says you're allowing Jedi to marry. This is going to lead into dynasties that take over the galaxy. And who's leading all the galaxy stuff 100 years later?
Okay, but is that a bad thing?
Yes.
Well, they even say it in this novel.
Okay,
It's like when a family
I
fights, it's
I know it's a bad thing. Like, but in terms of the text, it's a good thing.
No.
Am I reading the Fate of the Jedi wrong?
I don't know. We're not reading that right now.
Well, okay, but at some point we'll
Look,
discuss.
they
Okay.
think they're
Yeah,
benevolent
I don't remember.
dictators, but the Empire is still bad. And even Legacy understands that to some extent.
Well, in this book, I forget who it is that says it. It might be Boba Fett, where he's like, when ordinary family fight, it's whatever. When Jedi fight, the entire like when a Jedi family fights, the entire galaxy suffers
Yeah.
for it.
Okay, but like he says it, but like, what is his proof?
I mean,
Like,
the Fate of the Jedi is all about how the Skywalkers, the galaxy hates them because they feel like they fucked everything up. Which I don't know.
we're not talking about the fate. We're talking about legacy.
Yeah, well,
So,
I mean, but
I'm-
I understand the point. Like, I understand.
I understand what he's saying, but like, what is the historical example that Fett is bringing up? No.
Well, I mean, you could say Anakin. Where I mean, the historical example he's bringing up he's bringing up the modern example of how, like, Jason is, fucking with his own family and how the rest of the galaxy is going to suffer for it. But I mean,
I'm gonna quote you. Jason is a cunt, right?
yeah, he's a cunt for sure. I think it says that in the Essential Guide to Characters.
Should. In the margins that you wrote.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you
I thought it said
concur,
that.
Corey? Would you concur with that?
No. Well, how are we putting numbers for this? So far,
Oh, I just want to say, sorry, I wanted to add, even though it's dumb and I'm completely ignoring almost all the plot details, I do like Murta and Baba Weir.
I hate
the I don't know, granddaddy daughter storyline going on. It's fun.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny to me how, like, whenever they talk about Murta's appearance, it's like, she's not a pretty girl, but she's very strong bone, strong features. She'll make a good Mandalorian. But then you like look at the Essential Reader's
Look at the
Companion, and it's
pictures.
like
Yeah.
mid 2000s emo band
Can't do that.
singer.
They're like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Let me take a look. Oh yeah.
But I did also enjoy the some of the references and some of the planet names. Like, we had the Seepin Civil War still going on 30 years after the TIE Fighter missions.
Yeah, Mercana is in X-Wing or TIE Fighter, I think. No, it is X-Wing. That's the one like from the I think it's the Battle of Mercana from the opening cutscene, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's in like Kemsarai, Mercana. Like, these are all some established callbacks, Seepin. But
yeah.
So far in Legacy of the Force, everything has been given a B, other than Tempest, which I gave a C, and Exile, which Ilkin gave a C. Justin's been B's all the way down.
And I got another one
You're
today.
giving a B for sacrifice.
Very brave, Justin. Very courageous. No sacrifice.
I like it. I don't know what you want me to say. It's very melodramatic. I like the death of Mara. I like, it's the first real character death we've had in a while, and I like how everyone comes together to support Luke. So yeah.
Ilkin?
So I'm a bit conflicted because like a bunch of plot points are really interesting. Like, even the Mandalorian stuff that I hate, decently interesting. Boba Fett basically cures his disease because he's a good leader, which is
We didn't mention that.
Yeah, it's interesting, the details about his family, that his ex-wife is not actually killed; she's in the carbonite, and it's obviously is a good callback to when he was putting people in carbonite, etc., etc. Mara's fight with Jason is epic. Like, I don't want to be one of those people, but seeing it in live action would have been perfect.
Yeah, it would
I
be cool.
even liked the assassination scene, like the way it's written, the way Likuf sacrifices himself, how it plays with Ben's mind, etc., etc. It's all very good, well written, really interesting, but altogether it's not good. I think I'm going with C.
You're going with C?
Yes.
So I'm kind of torn where the Ben stuff kind of brings it up for me, and even the Mandalorian stuff kind of brings it up for me, but there's so much here that I didn't like. And even the...
Are you between D and
I'm
C?
somewhere in between D and C. Like, the duel between Jason and Mara, I think, was fine, but I didn't even think it was, like, particularly outstanding as a lightsaber duel. Like, there's nothing here that stood out to me as like a great moment or a particularly great subplot. There were a lot of characters where I just was like kind of frustrated with how they were handled and stuff they were doing. Like, I didn't really enjoy anything Jason was doing. Lumiya was fine. I think like Lumiya and Ben are probably the ones that I found most enjoyable. But I think I'm gonna land on D.
It's their biggest split in a while.
That's a shocker.
Yeah. Is that the first one where we're like 2 apart? Because I feel like we've looked up this before and we've never been 2 apart on one.
We almost were last week, I think. Or no, because you ended up going with C, didn't
Yeah,
you?
we all ended up with the exact same score last week, even though I sounded more positive about Wayseeker. Like, I enjoyed Wayseeker more than this book, so it would feel weird to give it.
Oh, I definitely didn't.
Because have we ever?
I think it's a D.
I don't. Yeah, I think this is the first book
I don't
where we're
think so.
more than 1 point apart, Justin.
You know what is sad? I now realize that you didn't ask what Star Wars news out there.
Well, I was going to,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then it just people kept bringing up book stuff, so I didn't. Even though we have casting announcements to talk about this week.
Right.
Oh yeah, we got some big news. We've got obviously Jaina Carano settled the dispute. I don't think we'll be seeing Cara Dune return from the from her home planet. However, then we've got Matt Smith in the Starfighter, which I'm excited for. I really like Matt Smith. I think he's going to be great, and he's got the main quality of a good Imperial / evil person in Star Wars.
It's
British.
goofy.
Yeah. It's
That's
so
goofy.
weird having big names attached to Star Wars projects for movies. Like having Matt Smith and Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling.
And Mia Goth
Yeah.
is a pretty big name too. She's on the up and up.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder whether, they've been seeing how Marvel seems to be retaining its core audience but losing a bit of kind of the broader appeal. I wonder if maybe that has something in, because Star Wars, like probably episode 7 would be the one that had the most famous people in it.
Yeah.
Where you had like Domhnall Gleeson was pretty well known, Oscar Isaac. You had Max von Sydow, who ended up being nobody.
Was Daniel Craig in 6 or sorry?
Daniel Craig. Yeah,
7?
7.
Yeah,
7.
he was a stormtrooper. I think he's the one that
He's
gets
a
mind
stormtrooper,
control.
which is funny.
And I guess what's his name? Snoke.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Yeah, he's pretty famous
Yeah.
too. But this is 3 for 3 on the casting so far. Of pretty,
Yeah.
like Ryan Gosling's an A-lister.
Yeah. He's the best he's the most known actor to play in Star Wars since Harrison Ford.
Well, that's not fair because you can't count someone who, got big largely because of Star Wars. I know Harrison Ford had other roles, but
So he's the biggest star to play in Star Wars at the time. At the time.
Well, Liam
Like
Neeson,
his
I think,
peak,
since then
basically.
was a much bigger name going into.
but not an A-lister though. I don't
Samuel L.
think.
Jackson?
Yeah, Samuel L.
Okay.
Jackson probably an A-lister. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good one.
Natalie Portman, probably, yes? Not
Hmm?
at that point. Not at that point. Natalie Portman. Not at that point. but-
He'd done a lot of movies by then.
I think of any
She
main
done play
role,
on
this
the
is the
professional
biggest announcement. Because like there have been bigger
done Pulp
names inside
Fiction.
inside characters. But like Frank
Jurassic
Oz as
Park.
Yoda was a big name.
Yeah. Kind of in a different way, but yeah, agreed.
What do you mean?
I mean, he was Puppet Guy, right?
Like it's kind of the same thing as Andy Serkis, though, where like Serkis is the
exactly.
mocap guy, and Frank Oz was the puppeteering voice guy.
And then he has like performance of the franchise in in Andor. Incredible.
Yeah.
Then when he tells Andor, "My precious,"
Oh,
and
that's
jumps
fine.
off the. All right. Well,
All right.
that I think is all the Star Wars for the week. When is our next Legacy of the Force episode? Let's see.
Do 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That is the 21st.
I'm ready to go right now.
Okay, you got to go.
No, he's already read.
No, I'm ready to go right
He's
now.
read
It was-
19 books
Oh,
in
okay.
advance, so he doesn't know what we're talking about, anyways.
Are Do we have the Bad Batch book to read?
Yeah,
too? Did that come
Sanctuary I
out?
think is
that
out of
out
embargo.
widely? Let's do that in wait, has it released though?
I think it has or will have.
So Bad Batch Sanctuary released 2 days ago. So let's do that in 2 weeks. And then maybe Legacy of the Force the subsequent week.
So, question: we didn't do the last High Republic book, and I haven't read it. Do you guys want to do it?
I don't know if we should wait until after we're done Legacy of the Force for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just spitballing. We can talk about it.
I heard the Bad Batch book is good though.
It's very short.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do something different next week. Let's do Bad Batch subsequent week, and then the week after that, Legacy of the Force.
So it is. Sanctuary is 300 pages, but it's 300 pages of very big text. So
Yeah.
When is it set?
it's between season 2 and 3. Like Tech is alive in it, I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea what's going on.
I thought Tech dies in season 2.
Or so it's after they're on Pabu. Like it's when they're living on Pabu.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, we could do Sanctuary of the 21st. On the 28th, we'd be doing Rex Fury.
I'm away on the 21st actually. So maybe we can do it like Tuesday that week or something.
Okay.
If that works for you.
Which Legacy of the Force book? Inferno is next. And Inferno is 312 pages. Sacrifice was 367. So we're getting shorter again. What is next week?
You are getting shorter. I'm not getting shorter.
Not sure. We'll figure it out though. We'll think of something.
Okay.
We could do like Shadows of the Empire, the video game. That'd be fun.
Video game, interesting. I could do that on the. I mean, if we did Sanctuary next week, Inferno the week after that, and then Shadows of the Empire on the 28th.
Let me see how long the audiobook is because it's a maybe. It's a maybe. Let's just end this episode. We'll put something out on Twitter.
We never do that.
Yeah. We will this time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Okay. Goodbye.
It was nice to be here, guys. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. Goodbye.
Can you get this